Hello, today we have a Piper PA-28 and I'm going to show you this aircraft and we'll take it for a short flight around. So that's the cockpit. Looks very nice. I like the old schoolish look of it. It has two yokes, even with timers. That's interesting. And we have an EFB. I think this is my first time ever seeing an EFB on board a general aviation type aircraft. So let's have a look at it. And if you go a bit here, you can actually have a look at how it looks like. So first of all, we can set aircraft states such as ready for cold and dark, ready for start, ready for takeoff. We have saving states, trimmer sensitivity. We can disable yokes and equipment. Let me turn down the chokes and tie downs, so we're just not going to have them. And if you press this button here, you'll have a look that we actually have a full Just Flight EFB working. Aircraft, notes, for example, great if you're flying on VATSIM. Settings, pretty nice. OFP, I think, yes, you can even have your flight plan like that. That's pretty nice. That was my old flight plan. I did it like a few days ago. TOD calculator, checklist, like full checklist. And notes. Alright, so let's go to the aircrafts, and also I forgot two things actually. Charts. I don't have the charts, and map. Actually, I'm going to use that map. Okay. So, let's also try to open those doors, because you can open them from what I know. First of all, we gotta open this and this lounge, and now pull this thing up. If we pull it up, we can push it, and the doors are now open. That's a nice detail just to have it. Okay, let's close them right now. And there you go. Let's now have a look at the cabin. So we have 4 chairs for 4 passengers and some luggage area back here. Maximum baggage 200 pounds, no heavy objects on hat shelf. So I assume this is the hat shelf. Okay, let's get to flying. So I am using my ProFlight switch panel just to make my experience a bit nicer. This is not a tutorial on flying the aircraft, we are just taking it for a short flight around and a showcase. So I'm going to put my camera somewhere here, and you can have a look at what I am doing. Batteries, alternators, beacon lights, panel lights, fuel selector, avionics master. Yes, avionics working perfectly. We actually don't need those right now, only this one is gonna be useful. Okay, and now cowl flaps, mixture, and we are pretty much ready for startup. Let me set those yokes. Let's set the parking brakes. Parking brakes are set. Looking good. Also, let's set the frequency 1 to 2.8. Okay. And fuel pump. Looks like the fuel pressure is rising. So let's get some more power. Let's turn on the fuel pumps and magnetos to both. There we go. Let's now turn down a bit. We don't need fuel pumps anymore. Fuel flow looking good. Pitot heaters on. Taxi lights on and navigation lights on. Alright. So let's go for a taxiing right now. I will release the parking brakes and let's go. We are slowly rolling, nothing too extreme, and the plane is actually pretty nice. It works nicely, that's the most important thing for me. Because a plane can look good, however, if it's not properly flying, then this plane is a bit worthless actually. I also like the instruments, how they are working and acting. Okay, so pre-departure. Flaps 1 for takeoff. This plane has 3 flaps configuration. TCAS set to on. Now propeller. There we go, that's the blue lever. Landing lights, taxi lights off, and strobe lights on. Approach path seems to be looking good, indeed it is. So we can proceed to takeoff. Alright, more power. Let's wait for some RPM. And now here comes the full power. Looking good, 40 knots. Not having wind shears like yesterday. And let's rotate. Whoa. That was a stable takeoff. Looking really good. Let's turn up the gear. Here is the animation. Very nice, I like it. Okay, let's turn off the landing lights as well. And turn right. We are going to do a short flight around the island. Just for some fun, you see. I like this plane. Let's talk a bit about flying it. It flies. It does not fly very responsively, and it feels good. It feels like the plane how it would feel in real life, I guess. This plane is big. It's actually not so small if you have a look at it, and it flies basically perfect. It's the perfect aircraft. It's really good general aviation aircraft, and I think I could say it's actually the greatest GA aircraft we have for Microsoft Flight Simulator so far. If I find a better one, I will of course correct myself, but as of now I am truly amazed by the amount of work that was put into this aircraft. And here comes the Saint-Barths Island. It's actually a part of France and of the Netherlands, I assume. It's located in Caribbean Sea, and it is beautiful. It's magnificent, very expensive, around 4,000 euros for a nice week from France. So definitely luxurious island. Beautiful mountains, beautiful beaches, beautiful towns. Amazing, actually. And now slowly we are going to proceed for landing, just to try a landing at San Bartolome. So, landing lights on, and let's reduce some power. I'm going to reduce my power slightly. We are looking just for the comfortable approach on landing, and nothing too crazy. Okay, let's reduce my power even more. Oh, I see. Don't worry. Plane is worrying that I am slowing down. I think I may be going a bit too low with no gear. So gear is in transfer right now. And flaps 2, flaps 1 set. Flaps 2 set. And the airport is somewhere there. Over there it should be. If we have a look at the VFR map, the airport is right on our right. So it is here. Okay, let's turn right. We have no alarms. And we are going kinda slow. I need more power. There's the airport. We are turning in for finals. I can tell by this roundabout, which is right over here, and this is our airport. Like an indicator of an airport, more or less. Quite hard airport. I don't really like this moment. It's terrible. The winds are bad. Power out, actually. Go, 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 and up, 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 up a bit. Oh. Okay, that wasn't the smoothest landing after all. I had 2 bounces, I would guess. But nonetheless, pretty good. Actually, we made it out alive. Very uncenter-lined. So that was a good flight. I think I've showed you the aircraft and the island a bit. It's a very famous island for aviation people, for aviation gigs, because of its unique airport. However, I think it is also worth to say something about the island itself, about its location, and about things on the island. Okay, so let me now turn down on the propeller, and let's turn off the strobe lights as soon as we get off the runway, because I would also like to do some taxiing around. Okay, we are off the runway, strobe lights off, taxi lights on, and now we can go for some small taxiing, and pilot heater off actually. We will not need it on ground. That's a Kodiak 100 aircraft over here. Apparently flew here from Princess Juliana Airport. And now we are taxiing. So the aircraft is amazing, definitely good for VATSIM flights. I think you can even do short cockpit flights. I'm not entirely sure if that's right. However, I think you can do a short cockpit flight with it. You can take your friend or friends if you want to, and fly around in the aircraft. The switch that you are hearing right now, before entering and after leaving the runway, were the strobe lights, because if you didn't know, aircraft needs to turn on their strobe lights before crossing the runway, and this is the case here. Okay, let's not hit them with my wing. Oh, that was extremely close. I would say way too close for comfort. And let's now park. Plane is parked, power out, set the brakes, taxi lights off, this I would say, navigational lights off, panel lights off, let's close the cowl flaps, mixture out, and magnetos to off. Our aircraft is now turning off. Let's set the fuel selector properly here. Beacon lights off. Now avionics master. Let's put in the yokes, and let's turn on the alternators and batteries. Okay, that's not it. I wanted to show you something as well. I think there is an emergency. What's that? there are some emergency switches here. Let me have a look. Emergency locator transmitter. Warning, invasion emergency use only. Unlicensed operation, unlawful operation, violation of FCC rules, subject to fine or license revocation. Oh, okay. So you can turn it off, and you can turn it on. And that's a normal flight position. Okay, nice. So if I switched it during the flight without needing any help, I would get my license taken away. That's interesting. Let's have a look at the some small things which I forgot to tell you about. In cockpit, you can actually lower down those visors. Useful if you are flying with extreme graphics and in the middle of the night. Okay, aircraft. Let's open all the doors. I wonder what can you open. And here are the oil doors and the cargo doors. So they look very nicely with each other. Let's tie the aircraft down. Let's close all the doors. So, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you very soon.